I don't need it on. I don't need it on. It's absolutely useless to me. Well then. Well. Hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. We have a lot to talk about today, especially with Bayern Munich. Serge Gnabry getting the new number 7. That's absolutely amazing. Hansi Flick's new Bayern. This is the best manager in the game. Best in the game, baby. And there's certain things that I've seen and noticed under Flick that I really wanted to talk about. I was thinking about these things last night. Last night I was thinking about these things, and it was about Hansi Flick. Okay, well, first of all, to start with, I think his ability to manage the players that Boateng came out with in an interview and said Hansi Flick used those sexy German words again and got them to be motivated against Paris Saint-Germain. And he absolutely got it spot on. Apparently there was videos from their families back in Munich, so the players felt a certain connection. And I absolutely got amazed by it. I think that's the manager that we've been looking for. That's who we're looking at. And I think, look, the players that are coming in with the Leroy Sanés and the Alexander Nubels and everyone that's coming in, I think there's a new era at Bayern Munich, especially with the core of Leon Goretzka, Joshua Kimmich, and then Serge Gnabry, of course, and then Leroy Sané, that German core, and then mix it with the best foreign players. Alphonso Davies is literally the greatest ever Canadian player behind Owen Hargreaves, but I think he just surpassed that legacy with this Champions League win. I think we're seeing greatness at Bayern Munich. I think we can really build an era here. My goodness, Real Madrid scratching their heads, thinking about their number 13 when we hit our number 12. Look, he's building a new era. He's building it. So I do see us winning another Champions League very soon because we broke the curse of losing maybe 2 finals, losing teams we shouldn't be losing to. Maybe in 2010 it made sense, but definitely not 2012. Just losing, of course you can lose finals. Madrid lose finals too, except they win the majority. We've been in more finals than, everybody but Real Madrid, right? So you expect us to have like 30 Champions League titles, but it's very sad because this is the stage. But Hansi Flick has broken that curse. Even before the PSG game, I got this feeling like, what if the players, feel like, they have to lose this final that to win? I got that feeling in me. But then we went out and did our job. And I think that's because we have a manager that, look, a lot of international managers, Didier Deschamps, would not work in league games. They wouldn't work in club tournaments because it's consistency. They work with the players on a daily basis rather than maybe on a 2-month per basis. What we're seeing is that there's a manager here in Hansi Flick who understands how knockout games work, knockout tournaments, but also he has the ability and energy to actually manage his squad through an entire season. So I absolutely love that. Also, another thing. Okay, well, I guess people want me to talk about it. I guess, why not? I'll make a video later on how Sané and Serge Gnabry are the new winger duo. But Serge Gnabry got the number 7. Frank Ribéry, I didn't think he'd get the number 7. I thought he liked the 22. I thought that was his number. I thought he loved 20 and 22. Yeah. Those are like some FIFA regen numbers. Serge Gnabry getting that number 7 is absolutely beautiful. I think it just shows you the era Bayern's going towards. We're fully away from Frank Ribéry and Arjen Robben, no disrespect to them. But you always felt like they could have left 2 years before they did, even though Robben's my favorite player of all time. You always felt like, you know what, you're still good, but you're, getting injuries. You're not going to be reliable as much as we're relying on you. And I think that was because we didn't have the replacement. We didn't have it. But now we have Leroy Sané. And a fun fact, Sané and Gnabry combined cost us just as much money as Ribéry and Robben combined. So nothing really changed. The market changed, but we didn't change because we still bought our wingers for a relatively cheaper price than, most people would buy a Leroy Sané for. Sané, what surprised me the most? This is why sometimes Bayern annoy me, because when we bought Leroy Sané, well, we all wanted him so bad. I mean, not we. I was the only one on this channel, okay? No one was watching. I was the only one last year. Talking about Sané every single day. I made a video about Sané faking his injury to join Bayern, because at the time, he was walking fine. I thought he faked his injury to make his move to Bayern quicker. The City fans didn't like that. They did not like me saying that. So they hated on me, okay? And Hansi Flick, come on, Flick, come on. Now's your chance to flick. I'm trying to get you to flick so you can make the joke. Hansi Flick, flickering. Yeah, Hansi Flick made sure that we signed Leroy Sané in such a timely manner too. I thought Sané coming to Bayern, especially this year, made sense. But last year would have been so crazy. I mean, Kovac would have still gotten... Yeah, he was always just going to be crap. So, with Sané or without Sané. Maybe we would have gotten better results. And yeah, but you can't bring these ifs and buts, right? I would have loved Sané last year. But this year, man, right? I mean, last year was a 23-year-old. Now he's 24. Let's forget that. But we got Sané now. We have Leroy and Sané. Ooh, I can't wait. If he scores a hat-trick, I already said it. If he scores a hat-trick, I'm buying a Sané jersey. Not because, I don't like doing that. I don't like buying player jerseys. But that's the new era we're talking about. You know, that tactical flexibility is something that Sané and Gnabry, that winger duo, are really going to be crucial. I'll talk about that in a separate video towards the beginning of the next season. Last season's done. That was a historic season. A treble-winning season. Champagne League. Oh, we married that. We popped that Champagne League trophy. And we lifted it high to the mountains and to the skies. I'm serious, man. We lifted it. And I think that's the most important thing that we have to remember. But like Lewandowski said himself, that look, you know, there's a new era at Bayern. Lewandowski told that to Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. He said, hey, the reason we won this trophy was because of just the depth we have. We had a lot of depth. And I love how we were complaining like, you know, Coutinho, Odriozola, and Perisic are going to leave. You know, and people were like, well, let's bring in some young players to replace and replenish and be on the bench. You know, and we were all like, no, that won't work. And then our bench actually did work with the Perisic's. And now they're leaving. And now we feel like we had to, now that they could have stayed. See, this is what I mean when I talk about squad depth. And Hansi Flick used this squad so well. You know, one thing I would say about Flick is he doesn't really, I don't think he used that he didn't abuse that. He did not abuse the 5 substitution rule. I think that made sense because Dortmund started rotating their squad, and so did Leipzig to a certain extent. They started trying to rest players unnecessarily and dropped a lot of points relatively to that. And I think Flick managed the squad very well. Oh, man. Yeah. Ooh, next season is going to be absolutely funny. Ooh, it's going to be hilarious watching Sané and Gnabry. Ooh, no more Coman's terrible decision-making in front of goal. No more of that. We'll finally have a winger that can put in a great cross, score the goals when they're in the positions to, and get through tight spaces with ease. Oh my goodness. Opponents' number 1 moves will be to jockey backwards. They'll start jockeying because that's what's going to happen. They're going to jockey backwards. Please talk about Kai Havertz. Okay. Gnabry gets some. I don't care about Kai Havertz. Look. I have a real inquiry. Okay, follow me on Twitter. I'm posting too many. I'm upping my anti-Dortmund propaganda. It's not a joke. I hate Dortmund. Or I just enjoy the engagement and the rage. Shut up, George. What do you mean? We're playing Sevilla in the Super Cup. I want to win that too. I want to win the World Cup, the Super Club World Cup. I want to win the Super Cup. No, the Club World Cup, Super World Cup. I want to win all of that. I want to win every single thing you can possibly win. I want to win the DFL Super Cup on the 30th versus Dortmund. I want to win every single trophy. There's no limits to this. There's no we won enough. There's no enough. I want us to win another treble next season. I want us to be the only team to have more than 2 trebles because we equaled Barcelona's record of having multiple trebles. I think they won it in 2010, 2009 and 2015. I want to win it again and again and again. Especially, look, winning a treble in the modern era is crazy hard. Especially when the games are flying high. This Champions League tournament was the hardest. It was harder than a 2-leg tie because 2 legs you can afford to slow down. But what I'm particularly proud of under this Hansi Flick guy is that our team didn't slow down. We didn't care. We're like 2 legs. 1 leg, it doesn't matter. We're going to win. And that's where really that mentality came in. We kept scoring goals. we made historic games, man. People are gonna talk about that 8-2 result for years to come. Barcelona beat Bayern 5-3 on aggregate in 2015. We beat them in one game. They had 2 games to do it. We beat them in one game. 8-2. That's a big result. And that's just the mentality, the flexibility, the human touch. If you can get these humans, because footballers at the end of the day are humans, okay? People like to think of them like these. I mean, I love when a footballer posts, like Muller's going to post something. There's like a billion comments like, send me a shirt. Muller's a person. You know, yes, he makes more money than the average guy, but he's a normal human being. You know, you think he's just going to be like, ah, man, this Sabibishipiki guy from Azerbaijan was some random country. I didn't mean Azerbaijan. I was just saying a random country. But you think, you know, he's a normal person. He's not going to take that type of time. And Flick realizes that. He realizes that these players are not disposable trash. You can't just throw them into the trash can and say, oh, right. You know, you can't just, you know, do what Kovac did. Come out in press conferences and say, you can't make every player happy. Of course you can make every player happy. You can just... Look at Klopp. Players leave Klopp and they're like, he's the greatest manager. He's a great person. Klopp didn't play you, bro. What do you mean he's the greatest person? Yeah, he didn't play you. So it's one of those things where, since you're not even gonna be, you know, part of our show, the stupid light, I'm just gonna remove you and turn on the other light. Why didn't I just start doing that? That would have probably made more sense. Oh, you see that? FBVB. Well, I agree. Lyon and PSG are the toughest ones. I thought Lyon were probably the toughest team we played. Because first of all, their game plan worked for them. They created the chances. If they took their chance, if Lyon scored 1 goal, I think we would have gotten back into the game. That's just, you know, I don't think people get lost in this thing where, what if PSG has scored? Well, Bayern would have just scored 2. You know, it's not like that's not how football works. There's no ifs in this game. If you don't win, you don't win. There's no what if. You know, what if we didn't concede 5 goals versus Frankfurt? Kovac wouldn't have been sacked. You can't say that, though. That's too many ifs. Stop doing ifs, you know. What if we signed Sané last year? I'd love us to have signed Sané last year, but ifs are dumb. They're not smart. Ifs take away everything. Ifs take away reality. So I'm really not an if guy, right? So, you know, what if that had happened? What if, you know, what if Lyon had taken their chance? What if PSG and Neymar had scored that 1 goal they should have scored? Everyone can do ifs, but that's just not how it is. Wise words from Joy. I know, I'm genius. I'm a genius. But look, Flick is shaping a new era at Bayern, and I'm here for it. Absolutely love it. You know, it's crazy because a year and a half ago, I didn't like Niko Kovac. Look, Kovac, first 5 games, I always felt like Niko Kovac was just, there was always something wrong, you know, against Liverpool. He just didn't sound right. Like, they asked him, can Bayern win their 6th Champions League? He said, in the modern era, you need to... Yes, he was right when he came to squad depth. He was right. Kovac was saying the exact same thing that most managers would say. You need more players. But he wasn't saying it like you know, he wanted progress. He was saying it as if he wanted to complain just for the sake of it. And that was the issue, right? You can complain. Look, I don't like complaining. I don't have any friends that complain. If I have a friend that complains, they're not my friend anyways. I don't have any single friend of mine that complains about anything in life. Because I believe you're responsible for your success or your failure. There's nothing in life, there's no magical force stopping you from succeeding. There's no magical force stopping... Yeah, there's no magical force stopping you from succeeding. There's not a single thing in life. I don't care if you live in the gutters, right? I don't care where you live. There's nothing in life stopping you from succeeding. But Kovac made these excuses and made everything about, oh, we don't have enough players. Oh, we don't have physical players. We don't have this thing. We don't have... Why not work with what you have to create what you think you need? The best managers, like Hansi Flick, take situations that look very hard to survive under and work through them. And that's what he did. That's what Flick did. He didn't say, it might be too hard, boys. No, he said, hey, we're Bayern Munich. We should be playing a certain way. We should be requiring a certain amount of perfection. And then he went in and made it happen. And that's what you should do. That's what you should do with your life, right? And this is not me saying, oh, I got my life perfect. But look, everything I have on this desk, no, my parents did not buy me a single thing, even my phone. This phone cost me 600, okay? 600 billion, okay? I bought it myself because I always felt like I'm responsible for anything I have. This camera, I bought it myself like 3-4 years ago. I used to record with my phone, it's kind of crazy because, it's just crazy. That's how life is. And I think people get to this stage where they think, especially managers in football, they think there's this arbitrary force that's stopping them from succeeding, from putting their ideas through. If you can have the right human touch, if you can be tactically flexible in correspondence to what you actually have, if you can bring up a amount of intensity in how you manage and how you want your team to play, then you're going to see the results. I think if you complain about too many things, you get to a stage where you make excuses for yourself. You're pretty much telling yourself that, hey, I don't want to succeed, so here are excuses why I shouldn't succeed. And that's where I think that Kovac really hit it wrong. He brought up the excuse game. Every game was about an excuse. He said Frankfurt had better fans before they beat us 5-1 at their stadium. What message does that leave out to the players? Yes, maybe Frankfurt fans are louder. They're going to jump harder because they celebrate tackles. At Bayern Munich, we celebrate goals. They celebrate tackles. We celebrate trophies. They celebrate, getting to a semi-final or quarter-final. They celebrate not losing by 10-0. They celebrate those things. So they're going to be louder, right? If you watch... What? Do you watch me celebrate? Oh, yes! What a tackle, Kimmich. No, I want Kimmich to score a hat trick in the final, and then I'll celebrate. Because we have a higher standard. So when he said Frankfurt had better fans, that leaves out to the players like, oh, who are we playing for? Players are human beings. The same way some of you think about different things that go on in your life is the same way those players think about different things that are going on in their life. Just because they're getting paid doesn't mean they're not humans, right? And Kovac didn't really understand that, and Hansi Flick does. He understands that these boys, these men, are people. They're just normal guys that have a career, just happen to be playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. They just have this talent. They work hard on it, but they have it, right? Not many people are privileged. First of all, I bet you there's more talented players if you look around, out in Africa, in South America. If you look around these countries, I know friends that are highly talented, but they'll never make it. Either maybe because they're not in the right conditions, but they don't have the right mindset, they don't work hard enough. I have friends like that, and I know people like that. I know people that are more talented than anyone I watch on that pitch. I know people who can do things on the ball that, not in the U.S., just in general. But seriously, there are people out there. There's probably a player in Brazil right now that's better than Ronaldinho that could do it. But they won't get that chance. And those players know they have that. And I think as a manager, Flick has, genuinely understood how it is, how humans work, the human touch. Psychology is probably the most important thing in management for us. So I love it. Also buy Odriozola and, we won't be buying Javi Martinez unless a new one came out. That's Javi's regen in Football Manager, Javi Martinez. Bayern's lineup next year: Manuel Neuer. I'm thinking of that Muller meme where it zooms into his face, but no one's laughing. Robert Lewandowski, Leon Goretzka. No, don't. Why is it Lion? No, stupid. Leonardo da Vinci Goretzka, creating art on the pitch. Serge Gnabry, Kingsley. These are crap names, Joseph. Do better. Give us Lingard for Gnabry and. Wow. You know what? I would take Jesse Lingard just for the shirt sales. He'd be one of those players that people can just meme. If he scores a goal, it's the greatest thing to happen. Twitter will go crazy. You have those. Coutinho is that guy. Because, look, the amount of people that watch Coutinho's tutorials for free kicks, I watched it even though I don't care. But the amount of people that did is ludicrous to me. I think that's something that you need sometimes. How are you going to replace Muller, says Mushimi Shahid. Well, look, I don't think you replace Muller specifically. You just have to buy a quality attacking number 10 or central forward and expect them to put up the exact same numbers. You can't replace anyone. I think I made a great point. yesterday, okay? made a great point, period, on that point right there. Best point. I made a great point. Champions League group stage points. I made it. Great point. Bundesliga points. 3 points per game. 1.3. Yeah, bam. Yeah. So look, I made a great point, okay? Now I can't stop saying it. But seriously, what I said was that you can't replace players by what you think their ideal replacement is. You replace them with a player that can be just as effective, maybe not the exact same play style. And that's the same thing with Thiago, for example. You don't replace Thiago with someone that looks, I watch videos of players that can turn into Thiago, but I know for sure that we're not going to buy anyone like Thiago unless there was someone that had the exact same traits. But eventually, that player that we buy has to be just as effective as Thiago in their own way. For example, Thiago is very press resistant. He turns on pressure. People think press resistant means you just don't lose the ball. Press resistant means you turn on pressure and you resist the pressure, right? Resisting pressure isn't passing back and sideways to your... That's not resisting pressure. Resisting pressure is, man on, turn on. Right, you turn around. You make their press useless and then you move the ball higher up the pitch. That's press resistant. Thiago is press resistant. So you have to get a midfielder that has that press resistant trait in him. Whether that's a Houssem Ouaha, that's a Tanguy Ndombele, that's whoever you buy that has to be press resistant. You have to put these factors into place. So Goat Driozola, no. These are terrible names, man. These are absolutely terrible. So Goat Driozola, no. Adriano Zola. Come on, try something like that. Something that has another player in it that was great, but they're not, Cafu. I don't know, the Spanish Cafu. Just say something funny, man. These are not funny. Goat. Just putting goat in front of random players, it's just dumb. It's not funny. Don't annoy me. How well do you think Adrian Fein would do? There was a moment on this channel where I just thought Adrian Fein was the next Bastian Schweinsteiger, but I think we have to have a lot of patience. Even me, I'm not really a patient person, I'm going to be honest. I don't really have the time. That's why I don't know. I can't sit there and wait for something. I'd like to go buy somebody. But look, we have to be patient. We have to be patient. We have to be patient with players like that, especially coming out from loan, right? He would, at Bayern it's a different level than Hamburg. If you do well at Hamburg, yes, but at Bayern Munich there's a whole new pressure, not just from the fans, because I don't think our fans in the stadium especially are that demanding. Okay, they just want you to have a good performance and score more than 3 goals. That's it. That's the demands. At Real Madrid they want you to score a hat trick every game, and if you don't, they boo you. But our fans are a lot more calm in the stadiums. But you better believe Bayern Munich, there's a certain reputation we have to uphold. Next thing you know, you're going to start getting linked with Bayer Leverkusen because Bayern are thinking about selling you. And that's just something that players are going to realize. At Bayern, there's a new pressure, and I'm not going to give them too much pressure. Yeah, sometimes we forget how much pressure is really at this club. This is the most prestigious club in the world right now. One of the most prestigious of all time. Do you know how hard it is to fill in Oliver Kahn's boots if you're Alexander the Great New Boy? Do you know how hard it is to be backup to Lewandowski? We think, it's easy. No, there's a reason why backups to Lewandowski never play. It's very difficult. Bayern need Koulibaly and Fabian Ruiz. Why do we need Koulibaly? He's 29. Tell me someone like, I need De Ligt. Then I'd agree with you. Matthias De Ligt has pace about him, mainly his game. Is this not aligned? Oh, that's so annoying. No one complimented my new chair. Well, I bought this chair, okay? I bought it. It's not, I don't like it that much. Let me be honest. But I'm getting comfortable to it. Yeah, it's all right. Eric Garcia, Niklas Süle. Yeah, tell me like an Eric Garcia, but I don't think we need that type of defender. Yeah, I think the whole Hummels breed type defenders, they're pretty much done. Defenders that have no recovery pace. Hummels isn't a high-line defender. He's more of a Jose Mourinho counter-attacking system defender because he's going to just intercept. Hummels is an amazing natural defender, but I don't think he has that athleticism about him. Like he's going to get back. Boateng always had it, which is why they worked so well for so many years because Boateng had the recovery pace. But then Hummels, at the end of his career, Niklas Süle had the recovery pace. But for me, Hummels is moving away from the game's moving away from defenders like him, where it's about him. Hummels loves defend. He probably jacks off to defend. I mean, wow, he probably wow, that's so cool. Well, he gains pleasure from defensive compilations. He does because he has to. He loves defending, but I don't think football moves that way anymore. He's a great defender, but he's not a high line defender, and that's sad because he just doesn't have the pace. He never did. He's faster than Neymar. Hummels is faster than Neymar. What's your opinion when people say Zula's too sometimes careless? I'm deleting that comment, baby. Nothing against you, but I can't have any stupidity on my son. And Lucas Hernandez is monstrously quick. Yes, see, that's where the game's moving now. It's not even about the tall defenders. Attackers are getting 5'10". You don't need to be 6'4" anymore as a defender. You know why Van Dijk works? Because he's actually fast. Van Dijk has pace that Niklas Zula is the only defender of his height and stature that has that type of pace. I think Zula's faster, but Van Dijk's pace makes up for his ability, for his lack of his pace makes up for just the modern game. The modern game doesn't really care if you're 6'4". It doesn't care if you're 6'3". It cares if you're fast, because guess what? In the next 10 years, every single attack will be fast. Teams like Frankfurt will get faster players. Teams that usually sit back again will get faster attackers. Remember when Hertha Berlin beat us 3-2 with Luka Bacchio scoring a hat-trick, I think, last season under Kovac, or 2 seasons ago? Well, those type of attackers are coming out. The faster ones. He's 6'2", Luka Bacchio, but his main trait isn't even his height. It's his ability to run at people and be powerful. And you need a powerful center back, but also really fast. And I think that's it. Flick, that's one thing I want to talk about. Our players, our transformations. People are saying Goretzka's on the roids. That's stupid. One of the dumbest things ever. Bayern literally have someone come from the DFB, the UEFA, FIFA even. We're one of the most reputable sports organizations in the world. Forget we're even a football club. Reputability, we're one of the biggest clubs in the world, like in every sport. So, if you think of, I guarantee you someone would know who Bayern is. They wouldn't, yes, I do. I mainly, people in my school would know who Bayern is. Most of my friends would, because that's all I talk about. I think oh my God. The amount of friends I cut ties with because all I wanted to talk about was Bayern is crazy. Like, freshman year in high school, I had so many friends. Like, my goodness, I had too many friends. And it's crazy because I went into the school. I'm generally a likable person, right? No one hates me. Nah, I'm playing. There's a lot of haters. Haters gonna hate. Hate it up. Do. Hate it up. Yeah, but look, I had so many friends, and over time I just got more and more interested in only Bayern in terms of my topical things. So now I only really have maybe 4 close friends, and that's just because, it's funny. I don't have any Bayern. I do at my school. No, there's 2 friends that I have, but they don't even talk about Bayern as much as I do. I think I'm obsessed. That's the thing. Like, there's a different level of supporting Bayern for me. For me, like, is constant. Like, if you're friends with me, you would only get us talking about Bayern. You would only hear me talk about Bayern. And that's the difference, right? Every day, it's Bayern. I'm watching Bayern matches in class. Everyone knows I do. Even the teachers are like, George, is there a match going on today? They're just asking me who's playing. And I'm like, we're playing Tottenham Hotspurs in the Champions League, in December while I'm in class. And I'm watching it. Yes, I did. I watched those games. That's it. That's what. But I'm going to miss that, man. I'm going to miss sitting in class watching Bayern Munich and just miss sitting down, at the breaks with just it was only Bayern for me. Oh my goodness. I'm going to miss that. That's what I'll miss from school. Now I have to sit on this desk and have comfort and do school online. I just remember George was going to do a whole Polish... Yes, see, look, I was learning Polish. God damn it, it's hard. It's too hard. It's too difficult. What's with these European languages just adding random things to their alphabet? First of all, German has these dots at the top that I didn't think existed. They don't exist. This is why I love English. It's simple. You don't need the, die, das, ich. There's so many different ways of saying the same thing. Just say one thing. And then there's like these plurals. You use them for women and men. So, I mean, Spanish has them too. It's boring. Just use one thing. These languages, I'm not learning any German, not learning any Polish, not learning any Slovakian, Slovakian, not learning any Serbian, no Russian, no no, sorry, I'm done. I give up. Yes, I do understand French, but that's about it. French is easy because it's the same as Spanish, and maybe Italian, and maybe Portuguese. So, no more language learning for me. I'm tired of these languages. So I'm sure everyone follows me on Twitter. Look, I need these followers, guys. I need to look. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create a toxic environment for Dortmund fans. What I've been doing. No one knows I'm joking, but I'm just creating. Well, I'm sure. No, seriously, I'm really trying to create this anti-George thing. I'm really trying so hard. First of all, I mean, literally 2 tweets today about Dortmund. I'm trying to create it so bad. So these are my top 4 predictions. They're not really, but I just put the teams apart from Dortmund in the top 4. Haaland to Bayern. I think I did one yesterday with Mukoko to Bayern. I think, yeah. Look, follow that Twitter, right? It's the links in the description. But I'm really trying to create this anti-Dortmund thing. So maybe help me out there. Liverpool's downfall started. You know what? I think Liverpool are gonna down. I don't know who's gonna win the Premier League next year. Oh, but we all know who's gonna win the Bundesliga. Shut up. What I'm saying is the Premier League is just look at the amount of money Chelsea's spending. If Frank Lampard isn't in the first 10 games, he's getting sacked, and then they're gonna bring in like an Eric Ten Hag because they're just poaching talents from Ajax now. I don't know, or Peter Bosch since they're just taking players from Leverkusen. I don't know, man. That's it. They're spending so much money. Why? We're in the middle of a pandemic. People done died. People died. And Chelsea are just spending this Russian mafia money. Bring money, suitcase to Putin. Let him put it in. Oh my God. Abramovich is just sitting there in Chelsea Football Club. Sit down on my lap and dance. That's it, man. Chelsea, just so annoying, spending all this money. I mean, yeah, they lost to Arsenal Fan TV twice a day. I love how you said Arsenal Fan TV because that's what I think about when I think about Arsenal. But look, that's the most interesting thing. I love the conversation for today. I'm so happy. Look, there's so much more content coming out. I can't wait for the new season. We're pretty much in a preseason break right now. Well, the players aren't back in training. I think the end of this next week they'll be. No, they should be back in training this week, right? Yes, because they had a 7-day break or a 1-week break. And then, yes, we have games on the... No, they moved the game on the 11th. We're playing on the 18th, though, so we should have a mini preseason. Yes, so the players should either get to training today, this week, or the 7th, next Monday. And then, well, but that's too short. You almost get a week, and then half a week and a half there. And then you get games back. So, look, there needs to be a good amount of preparation going into this next season. Because the games are going to come in quick. We're going to go from 0 games in the next 2 weeks to bang, bang, bang. We're going to have 18th, there's a Bundesliga game. 24th, we travel to some Azerbaijan country somewhere in Europe and play a Super Cup versus Sevilla with fans in the stadium, by the way. And then the Bundesliga won't have fans. And then after the 24th, 6 days later, we have a Super Cup versus Dortmund on September 30th. And then you just start having a more regular Bundesliga season. So there's a lot of things, man. A lot of things coming thick and fast. Gnabry getting his number 7. It means he needs to get 40 goal contributions and lose and be robbed of the Ballon d'Or and win a Champions League. He needs to do that. Well, no problem, Robert Flores. Do you think we should sign Brozovic? You know what? After careful consideration, I think we should sign someone to replace Thiago. I'm not sure about Brozovic specifically. You know what? Someone brought up a good point. Brozovic is going to cost us at least between 30 million to 40 million. You could spend that money on a house in Ua'a, right? Ua'a. But you could spend that money on someone like that. So there's a lot of transfers that need to be done. Colin Jumanich pretty much said Bayern Hansi Flick wants a right back. He said that. So we need to get a right back. I think it's gonna be Dest. This Aarons guy gone. Well, Dest too. Every transfer link to other players other than Thiago leaving and Brozovic. Every other story has gone really cold. So I'm expecting a lot of like movement in the transfer market in the next 2 weeks. I'm expecting us to start inquiring about players and paying fees. Look, pay that money, man. We just won the Champions League. Back your manager, okay? Your man manager, your motivator, your tactical manager, your head coach. Back him because he needs it. He actually deserves it. You know, how many managers came to us and then earned their stripes to get backed? Hansi Flick did. You know, what time does class start? Is it 12:25 or 1:25? Should have an hour, right? Stupid. And look, you know, oh my goodness. I don't want to be that type of person that brings negativity. But if you're a teacher, what? She's literally messaging me. It's been, what, two classes in her class. She's messaging me, telling me my effort is low. The first day of school, you're giving us a mountain of... Don't let me kill... I mean, if you don't see me, I just killed somebody and I'm in jail. Well, look, I'm out. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I appreciate you. Nation League's prediction. There's Nation... Is that what Germany are doing? Well, I don't want Germany winning more trophies. It's ironic because I'm a Bayern fan. But I certainly want them to get kicked out so Holland can finally win something. Le Orange, okay? Look, I know there's I mean, the majority of people watching are always going to be German, right? Well, yes, that's what my analytics say. So, look, if you're German, I'm sorry. I absolutely would do everything to see Germany lose. I don't care if Kimmich there, Goranka. Oh, damn. My two sons play for Germany. I just realized they're both German. How do I have two German sons and I have no relations to them? It's a complicated process. See, what happened was on the night, like, we swapped places. And they had different fathers, but I'm actually their real father. Like, you know, they might have a different father, but I'm their dad, you know. That's how it works with Goretzka and Niklas Süle. Kimmich used to be my son until he decided to move into the midfield, you know, to hurt my other son. So I couldn't do that. I can't do, you know, if Goretzka moved to right back, that would have hurt Kimmich, and I would have displaced Goretzka. But Kimmich tried to disrupt with Goretzka, and I needed to protect him. So that's why he's my son. That's one of the reasons. All right. So look, Germany. So why is Sane? Oh crap! You know what? I saw 9, and then we're still in 8 August. So it's literally in... Oh, we can see Sane play against Poland. The Polski... Wait. What the hell is the Nations League? Oh, that's the stupid competition that Portugal won. Oh, they're in the same group. Oh, Netherlands are playing Poland. My bad. Oh, please win. Lewandowski can't play, right? Well, he's the poster boy for Poland, so I'd assume he'd... What's with these national teams? Because I don't understand something about these national teams. Because you're traveling all over the country. I mean, look. Netherlands are playing Mexico. We're moving... Why? We're in the middle of a pandemic. They want us... UEFA are so greedy with this money thing. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia San Mia in peace. Germany playing Spain. Sane not good in training. I bet you. What do you mean Sane's not good in training? Well, I don't care about training. Do good in... You know, sometimes I do really well in training and play crap in the games. But sometimes I play crap in training, most of the times. Crap in training because I don't care that much. Well, no, I do care. I work hard in training. Sometimes I'm just not good. But in the games, there's a new level. So I don't care if Sane's crapping. He should be crap in training. I don't care. He should be absolutely crap in training. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a playlist on Hansi Flick videos so everyone can go back and watch. UEFA playing VAR pool. Yeah, no. Don't put VAR and Liverpool in the same. Yeah, no. We can't just... I'm sure someone thinks we're VAR FC. Because... You know what? I always think, this team gets so many decisions for them. But whenever I watch Bayern, we get every decision against us. We don't get yellows. I want reds for every tackle against our players. If Davies is down, I want a red card. You know, that's how we think. We're all biased. But Mia San Mia in peace.